Yo, what is up, friends, foes, and members of the Omni Council? My name's Daimien Kamiya, and I am the Omni King, and welcome. I had a nice day off. I didn't even tweet out or anything. Like, I just took a day off. I cleaned my room. I can see my floor now. Can you believe that? Yeah, that's pretty much most of what I did yesterday. I also just kind of chill a little bit. Mostly because the mess in my room was 80% old Amazon boxes and packagings and laundry. And laundry I just didn't put away over several months. So since I was doing laundry today, and I use a delivery service for laundry because we don't have working units in the house right now where I live. I waited until the laundry came back to put the laundry away, so I kind of just chilled after it got down to just that point. But yeah, it's nice to actually see everything. I got a mini fridge in my closet that I can actually access now. I'm shocked. Yeah, so definitely a good day yesterday. Sadly, I didn't do anything like work related or like VTubing related. I still got to get that clip with Twig out soon. There's a whole process with that one. But I know some people don't upload highlights way later, so perhaps I can get to it within the next couple weeks. We'll see. But that's in the next couple weeks. Right now, we got Final Fantasy XII to play. So let's slide right on over into Final Fantasy XII. Okay, so last time, did we successfully manage to upgrade everything? I specifically did not buy Ice Brand, but I got the Ancient Blade from the vault, from the, vault. Sorry, I got Borderlands on my mind. Alright, got the Ancient Blade from King Wraithwall's tomb. So I do know, yeah, so I actually have the stronger version of Ice Brand. However, I do have to pay attention to that because Ice Brand, or because of the next boss. The next boss is, of course, another Esper, and they will take half damage from any element that isn't electric, which they are weak to, and then they absorb ice, which is why Ice Brand is actually a terrible weapon to run right now. Best weapon is actually Storm Spear. It's one of the few instances in the game where they actually hand you the weapon that is viable against the enemies. And this is base game too. The other is actually the Holy Lance, which you get, which is a late game item, but you get it in an area that you can buy it in, I think, the PS2 version, but in the Zodiac you have to find it. And it also is found in an area that has a lot of enemies weak to dark, or weak to holy. There's one thing this mod does that it nerfs the light armor mechanic. So there's a light armor mechanic in this game that we're basically yeah. So there's the Dark Mask and the Light and the Holy Mask, I believe, and they're late game items. In the base game and in the PS2 version, they boost Holy and Dark damage respectively by 50%. And, you know, in the original, in the PS2, where everyone could access everything, like, this was broken. In this, it actually, some people factored into their builds. Like, they'll combine, like, red mage with Shikari, so you can use dark spells and the dark blade. Some people do Ulhan and one of the mages, so you can get access to Holy Lance. Gun also gets access to Dark Shot, so it has potential too, and that's a very valuable boost. Like, I will emphasize again why Vaan is such a dangerous threat with heavy armor access, even with this mod. Because in the base game, the mod actually heavy armor doesn't really provide much, but with this mod adding ice and wind, ice is next to useless. But there is a wind shot, on gun, and there's very little way to boost damage on gun, and it literally just kind of narrows down to bravery and elemental enhancement, or like elemental weakness targeting. And so, you know, with the believe it's, let me open up the stuff here. Our weapons. Yeah, so they get Wind Slicer shot. Right, so that'd be huge, and it goes on. Let me open armor. Oh, open settings by mistake. Yeah, so it's the mail, the base armor that increases wind, and the helmet that boosts ice. So as long as the enemy doesn't resist wind, that can be broken, especially since it'll bypass defense. Basch is where it really starts to get dangerous. Is there anything that magic armor can provide in terms of bonuses? Because like I said, the whole Holy Light thing got nerfed. But this also adds in Claws. And Claws contains Wind, Ice, which both get boosted by heavy armor. Holy, and Lightning. So do any of those things... Can any of those things get boosted by Mystic armor? Earth can get boosted with the Gaia gear. That's about it. I will try to remember that, though, because that will be very, very necessary for Penello. It might... I just have to be wary, because Chaos, when I fight him, may try to pull a little bit of a tricky trick, but Penello will be running... Penello is my only Earth magic user, so fighting Chaos, it will be very, very necessary to have that. Oh, sorry, it's the robes that... The white and black robes that boost Holy and Guard. The masks are absorbs, and they stay absorbs with this mod. Sad thing is Penello cannot... there's no thing to help Penello resist wind, because she can't equip the shield. Well, I suppose... Oh, Winged Boots. Winged Boots. That might actually be super useful in the fight against Chaos. Winged Boots are an immunity to wind. I do have to pay attention to what his wind just... Or his arrow just spell will be, though. Because as you learn with Zodiark, whose Dark Ja has the ability to not only blind you, but also insta-kill you. Absorbing does not block anything. Because the guidebook I even read specifically advised to only use, like, Dark Absorb to resist a lot of to resist the Dark Ja damage. But you just have to be careful, because blind is still a threat, and and the insta-kill is a threat as well. Alright, so I think if everyone has everything, like, I don't need to upgrade anymore. And I own everything I need to own. I guess I can just push the story, huh? I'm looking to see how weapons change, though. I just want a refresher on that. Alright, we'll read this aloud. Oh, so since I destroyed the files that change enemies, I imagine that actually changes everything about the enemy. Like, obviously I noticed, like, certain enemies that were bigger are back to normal size. Enemies that had on-hit effects are now, changed. But yeah, like the Uruten Yansa, they actually had bamboo arrows equipped so they could poison you. Since all these enemy changes were straight up deleted, even the steal and drop rates are back to base game. There's no way for me to go in and just modify the stats. So I can actually I can at the very least actually use the wiki to find out what enemies have what. Okay, swords are simple weapons, with many of them having elemental affinity with which to strike down the foe. Their elemental affinity allows them to be easily boosted by elemental augmenting equipment. Daggers are quick weapons, focusing on quickly debilitating the target with debuffs. Axes no longer deal random damage, instead focus on damage with higher combo rate compared to comparable weapons. Hammers no longer deal random damage, instead focus on raw damage and debuffs that impair the foe's ability to move or act. Yeah, and that's not even kidding. Like, some of those debuffs. The Scorpion Tail's a 99% chance to poison. Like, it's insane. Maces are versatile weapons, focusing on debuffs and elemental augmenting, with the boon of being able to be used alongside a shield. Measures have been completely rehauled, with each measure no longer inflicting damage and instead bestowing the target with 2 buffs 100% of the time. So they're even more garbage because you can't attack with them, so they're entirely a support weapon, which is just generally not. Like, measures are... I feel like the concept of measure is interesting enough, but the gambit system doesn't abide for it. If my character needs to stand around and do nothing to the point that it can attack enemies to apply a buff, I would rather just have them attack, or attack allies to give them buffs. Because the thing is with measures, and the reason why they're garbage, is just simply because measures just don't... Like, the gambits. The gambits are a big reason as to why measures are garbage. Because the gambits are not defined well enough when it comes to doing things like attacking allies. This is why... Like, personally, to me, what I think they should have done, what this mod could have done, is modify Greatsword and Measure. So Greatsword, so here's the Greatsword's next actually, can no longer combo and instead are considered to be a defensive weapon, with many Greatswords bestowing an auto buff such as Protect, Haste, and Haste on the user. This is where the change should have been. Personally, to me, I think Measure could have benefited from still by playing off the same mechanic as Gun with an auto boost, with an auto equip boost or something, or maybe even like by equipping the measure, like maybe the measures do no damage, but by equipping it, your entire active party gains the buff, right? That could have been really cool with Measure, right? So you just can't physically attack with it anymore, so it would be good for a mage character. And then Greatsword could have had a much more... I think maybe what they could have done with Greatsword is just have Greatsword's crit rather than combo, so their heavy hitting would have been a lot more impactful rather than having them just dish out a crap ton of damage in one blow. Because in all honesty, Greatswords are not weapons you're going to swing very fast, so a combo rating doesn't make sense on them, but critical hits do. Right? And I don't really know what other effects, like whether they buff elements or whatever, but I think measures could have been stat stick rather than... Because I feel like the mod tried and it's still useless because measures require manual input to be used, and I'm not keeping up with my buffs manually. No, absolutely not. It's not how that works. The thing is, like... And this is not a mod issue. This is a limitation of the game with how the attack command works. There is no command that makes it so allies do not like if there really should have been gambits that like they're say like ally status faith, but there could have been another gambit that said ally status not faith, right? And then measures and the Rod of Faith, which, believe it or not, doesn't get in base game, does not give faith unequipped. That's a mod implementation. Could actually work, where there's a gambit set up that allows it so when you hit yourself, so you'll hit yourself when you don't have that buff. And then you could get it. And if you did that, measures would be super useful because the gambit system applies for them. Personally, to me, I also think the game could have benefited, at least with this mod, from a second attack command. Though this kind of could have broken some things. But... So attack with weapon A and attack with weapon B, and you could equip two weapons, and your character will switch based on the circumstances of the attack. So it's like foe near is visible. Oh, I'm going to attack with weapon A. But weapon B is a gun with dark shot. So it's like, oh, foe not vulnerable or not immune to dark. That can be an attack with weapon B because it'll do more damage. Right? Because I'm wearing something that boosts dark. You know, something like that. Like those two inclusions could have made this so much better. And it's, again, I'm not faulting the mod. The mod did a great job. And the mod made an attempt to make measures better. They're just still bad because the gambit system does not function the way measures need to function to work. Like, I would definitely not necessarily mind Vaan having measures. Like, don't get me wrong, right? I forget how each measure functions, too. Like, I think the first one, guilt measure, is protect and shell. One is, like, haste and float. I know the last one, I think, is bubble and decoy. Right, and then you got Katana's focus on dealing high amounts of damage with long combos. Masamune is now one-handed, allowing it to be used with the Genji shield. Ninja blades are now one-handed, allowing them to be used in conjunction with shields and focus on combos, with Iga and Toga being a devastating combo that takes advantage of oil and fire, which is really, really stupid because they're two entirely different ninja swords, which is why I said having a dual weapon attack system would work. Because you could attack, like, in the base game, one's water and one's earth, so it doesn't really matter. But here it's like one is oil and the other's fire. So the idea, I guess, is that you're either attacking till you get oil and then casting fire spells, or you're casting oil and then attacking with the fire ninja blade. Spears are powerful weapons capable of hitting flying units, with many late game spears now having new elemental affinities to strike down targets more quickly, and may also inflict debuffs. Poles can no longer hit flying units, which is a lie because they still can, but are otherwise well balanced between offense and defense, being able to allow the user to easily evade attacks while being able to stride together long combos of attack. Rods are now one-handed, allowing them to be used in conjunction with shields. Many rods focus on augmenting the user's magic ability or protecting their frail mage user from harm. Stabs are now one-handed, allowing them to be used in conjunction with shields. Stabs focus on augmenting elemental damage, particularly those spells to devastate the enemy. Bows are now slightly faster, with many late-game bows being able to augment elemental damage, particularly those of bows with many arrows having new elements, such as bamboo arrows being water elemental, and parallel arrows becoming silver arrows, which are holy elemental. Crossbows are now able to combo and ignore the weather, making them more accurate and ultimately able to inflict more damage. Guns are mostly the same, still capable of ignoring stats to deal decent damage regardless of level. Two guns are now gun blades, which can combo and deal crit based off of, or deal damage based off strength, but can swap out ammo to change the sword's element. Hand bombs are now knuckles, weapons that deal damage based on strength and speed. Knuckles focus on raw damage and combos together to deal heavy damage. Knuckles use claws as ammo. Claws can be switched out to change their element and status effect. Certain claws also have special effects, such as dealing damage based off of magic instead of strength. The most annoying thing about claws, or about, not claws, was it claws? Yeah, it's like, high combos, but they don't actually have high combos. The combo rate is 14. Ninja swords have a higher combo rating. Katanas have a higher combo rating. And we're talking about punching. I'm pretty sure I can multi-punch faster than someone can swing a katana. I'm pretty sure I can get 3 punches in the time someone tries to strike me down with a second katana swipe. Provided they don't kill me first, but... yeah, I feel like if those changes were to be made, measures could actually be useful. Measures and other mechanics. Like, just having gambits that allow you to, like... and then, like, you could... like, I can do foe status, or ally status any, and faith. And it will cast faith and not repeat cast faith until faith is casted. But the thing is, these measures do not abide by those rules. The game doesn't know what these apply. It doesn't. So when you're trying to get the game to apply a status automatically your character's just going to endlessly attack. And trust me, I've tried to mitigate this. I've tried to come up with ways that allow you to automate it, and it just does not work. Anyways, there's an anecdote on that stuff. Cutscene time.
Is he sleeping?
No, my child.
Whoa.
I do not sleep. I dream. For reality and illusion are a duality. Two parts of a whole. Only the mirror of dreams reflects what is true.
Anastasis, your grace. I am
Lay
Ashelia.
down your words. Ashelia, daughter of Ramanas, I have dreamt your dream. Who better to carry on the Dalmascan line than she who bears the Dawn Shard? Your dream of a kingdom restored is known to me.
Grand Kiltius, then give us your blessing. Grant the Lady Ashe her accession to the...
This is something you might...
Sorry, I just noticed something.
reconsider. My little emperor in waiting. You called and I have come.
This is the man I wanted you to meet. Believe it or not, he is a member of the noble house Margrace, rulers of the Rosarian Empire.
I am but one of very, very many. Try as I might, I could not stop this war alone. Thus, I came seeking Lars's assistance. Alcide Margrace at your service. To think I stand before the Lady Ashe, it is truly an honor. I see it is true after all. Stunning is Dalmasca's desert bloom.
In Arcadia, Larsa. In Rosaria, Alcid. They dream not of war. Should empire join with empire, the way will open for a new Evilis in our time.
Grand Kiltius, you speak much of dreams, but in the real world, war is upon us.
Grand Kiltius, I was told my coming here would prevent this war. I was to assume my father's throne and announce the restoration of Dalmasca, treat with the Empire for peace, and persuade the Resistance to stay their hand. I have not come all this way to be asked to reconsider.
A word from you and the Resistance would stop cold, and Rosaria's pretext for joining the war scattered off to the four winds. This was what we had hoped. Alas, circumstances change. A full 2 years have passed since your reported death. Were it to become known you are still alive, I fear it could only worsen our current situation.
Because I am powerless to help.
Nay, in fact it has little to do with you.
Then what? If Lady Ashe were to extend her hand in friendship, perhaps I could then persuade the Emperor. His Excellency will solve things peacefully.
The Emperor Gramis is no more. His life was taken.
Father.
Cut away.
What possible cause could we have to lay hand on our emperor?
A deception and an outrage. The Senate will not stand for this. A viper amongst our senators?
With Chairman Gregoroth as its head. With what dignity remained him, he confessed to the poisoning and passed his own
A
sentence.
viper with many tails. Much of the Senate is culpable.
We had no choice but to strip the Senate of authority and assign powers of autocracy to myself until such time as order...
Spare me your lies! I see the serpent coiled here before me!
Trace, you speak too freely.
Zargabath! Do not tell me you join in this mama's farce!
With Rosaria poised to invade at any moment, our leader must have a free hand.
The once great House Solidor is now reduced to myself and my dear brother Larsa.
Surely you would not go so far. Vain Solidor! As Judge Magister and upholder of the law, I hereby place you under arrest.
You misunderstand. Vane did not make himself autocrat. It was the very Ministry of Law which you serve. Do you see it now, Drace? When you bared your sword at His Excellency, you bared your sword at the law.
You wear the mama's motley well, Bergen. Such strength. Inhuman.
Zargabath, take the Alexander. You will accompany Bergen and bring Larsa back to me.
Sire.
Your Excellency, Lord Larsa was placed under my charge.
Oh? Perhaps you mistook your orders then. I can see no other explanation for why you were reporting and conjecturing on my doings to my late father.
Your Excellency.
A hound begging for scraps at the Emperor's table. Would you serve another master, Hound? You may fulfill your duty as Judge Magister before us all.
Kill the traitor.
She has been tried and found guilty.
Your Excellency, I beg you reconsider.
Do it. I care not. Live, Gabranth. Protect the young lord. Protect Larsa.
Forgive me.
Pray be quick.
And so House Solidor lives on.
Let us suppose you approach the Empire with a peaceful resolution. The late Emperor Gramis would have lent you his ear, that much is certain, but we are dealing with vain Solidor. Should the princess return, he would claim her an impostor, or to tempt the resistance into battle. Vane wants this war, that much is certain. As our ill luck would have it, the man is a military genius.
The dreams have told me thus. To reveal yourself would imperil us all. I see war, and Vane's name writ bold on history's page.
Arcadia's banners fly high. They are making ready for the coming war. According to our latest reports, The Western Armada prepares for war, under Vane's command, no less. The newly formed 12th Fleet has already been deployed. Oh yes, the Imperial First Fleet stands ready. They'll be underway as soon as the Odin's refit is complete. And there is more. The 2nd Caravan Expeditionary Force is being called in to replace the missing 8th, so there will be no gaps. The largest force ever seen.
And then, the Nethicite is the coup de grace. Grand Kiltius, your grace. I spoke to you of my succession. Let us put that aside. Should I become Queen of Dalmasca now, powerless as I am, I can protect nothing. With a greater power at my disposal, perhaps then.
It is the Nethicite of which you dream?
I require something far greater.
To wield power against power. Truly, the words of a Hume child.
I am descended from the Dynast King himself.
Indeed. Then you have but one choice. Seek you the other power Wraithwall left.
Does such a thing exist?
Journey across the Paramana Rift to the still shrine of Miriam. There rests the gift he entrusted to the Grand Kiltius of his time. Seek it out. The Sword of Kings can cut through Nethicite. Why he would entrust the power to destroy Nethicite, the instrument of his greatness, to another and not to his own progeny, I cannot say. Awaken Ashelia Benagan and take up your sword, or your dream will remain but a dream. My dream too fades into day.
Lars leaves the party, and that's the final guest for a while. You won't get another guest until Redis later. But yeah, such gambits existed, such as ally status not faith or something such. Measures would find way more use. Being able, because the whole point of the gambit system is to be able to automate things. When you have a status like that that literally prevents you from automation, when you have a mechanic that is incapable of being automated, there's no point in it. Like, who the hell cares? The entire concept of I need to take the specific exit here, but I'm actually not going to take that exit. Because I need to take this one. Well, I don't need to take this one, but there's a spell here. I believe it's right here. Yep. Got it. I'm kind of surprised I was able to have the money that I had coming in here, but I guess it makes sense in the end when you consider that I didn't have to worry about, like, I'm not worrying about buying potions so much like I was in the past. I was worried about this. Having two people on a gambit line that can steal. Oh, I just got revived, too. I'm gonna gambit off steal on Vaan, just for the time being. If I knew how to mod this game, I would add in those two mods in a heartbeat. I would mostly, I could probably put them under two different things, so they could be downloaded individually. Well, to be honest, that'd probably be the way to do it, because some people might not want the... Well, the thing is, like, the second attack option, like, both of them would be, like, optional. Like, if you use them, they would be optional. I don't know why they place a battle harness there like it's some great prize. Though, granted, I don't think you could buy them in this game. Like, I think with the mod, I mean. Actually, maybe even the base. I know you can buy them in the PS2 version. Countdown, spell you'll never use. like I can get a chain off an enemy that I can't even fight again. Like, I'm pretty sure these statues disappear after you beat this area. I may have to switch these two out. Oh, we're gonna find out. Since Balthier is off, though, I can... Okay, well, it's dead. There are 3 crystal bugs in the game, 1 of each color. This is where the green one is. The green one kind of gives it away, though, because there's no green crystal in the game. The next one will be blue, and then the orange one is technically optional. So you didn't really miss much based on what the my laptop was showing when it started loading. I just killed a couple enemies and found a secret passage. Really wish it would stop doing that. It's really irritating. Oh, rare game. Yeah, it's kind of dirty that the game does that, where they spawn you right on a trap. And it's a berserk confused trap, so all your characters know how to do is attack, and their attack and attack speed are increased. So unless you're running an arsenal of crappy characters... It also means that the by deleting all that stuff, I also removed the mod from or the nerfs to some of the enemies like Nagolmer. Nagolmer is a rare game that spawns here that can basically be used for infinite leveling. good. Counterclockwise. Alright, this is the map. This map comes with a lot of things. Alright, it's not this map. It's the next map. That's the second time my internet has dropped. Or at least OBS has. Again, I don't understand. I'm the only person in the house with a hardwired connection. Meaning I should theoretically have the best connection unless my cord is shoddy. There it is. So in the original game, you could buy ninja swords. In the Zodiac Age, you cannot buy them. You find them, and there's one of each. I think maybe with a few other exceptions. But yeah, in the base, in the PlayStation 2 version, all ninja swords were, sorry. All ninja swords are, dark elemental. Alright, so we're coming up to a mini-boss. Now, I didn't prep for this guy. If you are equipping any heavy armor at all, he slows you. You have to equip mystic armor or light armor for him to not have an effect on you. But he doesn't necessarily last long. This is the first boss to feature an additional effect. At least the first, like, side additional effect. You'll see it, I believe, as an icon on the right side of the screen. And he's only one of 2 enemies that are not Espers that have side effects. One sec. Oh, that's why. So the boss I just fought was Venusker, metal dragon supposedly built during the Galtean Alliance by following the ancient goddess Miriam. Also referred to as an ancient god elsewhere, battle is fought under the magnetic field handicap where wearing metallic equipment slows the character down. Being a manufactured dragon of iron, set as guardian to a shrine where the followers of the ancient goddess Miriam once came to worship. Through an eerie iron mask covers the 3 portions of its head. None alive know its meaning or purpose, nor is it known who created it and in what age. The one thing we do know is that we no longer possess the knowledge necessary to manufacture such a creature. Wow, using break on its gambit is a 5% chance. And it did it twice. Oh, there it is. Sage's Ring. That is the bread and butter of... of a mage's build. Now, interestingly enough, the trophy hunt side quest can get me an early torsional blade. The thing is, though, torsional grants faith, which is okay, but only knight can equip it. And I don't have knight paired with any mage-based classes, so there's really no reason to get an easy torsional. So I might actually go for the one that gets me another sage ring, because you cannot get both. Wait a minute. Back it up. Back it up. I missed the map. The map is in the room behind the boss I just fought. I would very much like to use Vaan in the fight because, actually, do I still have the gun? I do not. I may go buy the gun. Because the sword will not do well in the boss. Oh no, I don't really want the gun though, because I want... The whole point was I wanted to go in with the Dawn Shard and the Ice Shield. The Vaan probably just straight up can't partake in this fight. There's the boss fight. Boss fight is next. So, oh wow, they all leveled up too far. Okay, I definitely need Balthier for this fight, so that's fine. Where do you get lightning arrows in this game? Ammunition. Arrows. A chase through the woods, Vorpal Bunny. a hunt that hasn't spawned yet. I might be able to run I don't have a mace, but I could probably still run him anyway. Bow, weak, lightning. Thundera. What staff do you have equipped right now? You have this? Okay, you have the storm staff, okay. Immune to sap is fine, because I'm pretty sure sap is the status effect this boss puts out. License time. Alright, there's that ring there. There, I got all my swiftness licenses now on Vaan. Not that that particularly matters for this fight per se, but apology, I don't really care for that right now. And that allows me here. Yeah, monks, like these two normally require an Esper, but as long as you combine monk with a class that at least unlocks the second one, you unlock the third one automatically. So Balthier now has full attack speed, which is actually fantastic. Finally get this. Alright, let's see what else can I get. You know, the problem with running Archer with White Mage is there's a lot of like techniques and stuff that you don't really want to run on an Archer. Or you don't want to run on a mage because there's going to be so many of the gambits are just going to be taken up by white mage skills. What was the other... where's my paper that has the... Where did I put it? I had a paper that, oh, here it is. Alright, Ashe is 75 and 125. So I have 50. 75 is right down here. Penello is 125. 175, which I have all of them. Can't buy that last swiftness, but that's what I'm going for next. And then, okay, so everyone's been purchased. And I think this will be my active party. I will run Basch into the fight. Sorry, I have one other thing. And normally, like, the tourmaline ring is actually even better, because not... Actually, I don't think in the base game it blocks sap, but in the base game it makes you take half damage from ice, which is really nice. He does not have the gamut for that, or the license for that. There he is. The thing is, by removing the... So the mod nerfed him. So what happens is he has... Nagolmer himself has this inability to kill you, really. But he can summon a bunch of zombies. And what you can do is set a gambit so that you kill the zombies but not kill him. The only real downside is that Nagolmer has, can cast Doom. So you gotta prep for that. But with this mod, I can strip Doom off no problem without the cost of items. So I could actually fight him with little to no issue. Alright, here comes the Ice Esper. I always get this Esper wrong because it's a very feminine appearance, but apparently it's actually a guy. Why did I die? Oh my god, come on! Not really anything I can do in that case, but I can set... Didn't even get a blizzard off. Almost did, though. Was casting it when I killed him. I was kind of taken off guard by the reflect. You know what time it is. It's time to randomize the Esper. Alright, let me just get the chests first. They're not really good, but... Alright. Alrighty. So it's going to be at a 6. And right in one click, we will decide who gets the Esper. Once again, whoops, sorry about that. Once again, this decision is based entirely off of the inventory here, or the party menu here. 1 being Vaan, 6 being Penello. And in 3, 2, 1, 3. That is going to Fran. I'm getting close to being able to take on some optional Espers too. There's one that's level 30, but I like to try and be a bit more prepared for him. No, I don't know if she has enough points for it. She does not, because... oh, she does. Granted, I could have also... Yeah, I didn't even have to buy that. Alright, so that literally unlocked nothing for her. What did I miss out on for Mateus? Black Mage can access Hand Bomb 3. Probably check Black Mage. I believe it's up here. Yeah. Where's Hand Bomb? This one here. So that would actually have allowed Ashe access to magic hands. And Kaiser Knuckle. So Kaiser Knuckle, I believe, is the knuckle that acts like a gun, where the damage calculation is based off a gun. So basically, Knuckles 3 would have literally played into Black Mage, either by ignoring the offensive stat or playing into it with magic hands. Not that it really matters to me much. Shikari lost Guild Toss, so Ashe would have actually benefited from this entirely, because she would have gained access to Guild Toss, which it probably... Where would it have been? Here? Yeah. Ashe lost 2 skills. Knight on good old Vaan lost access to white magics 6 and 7. So I lost Kurga, Regen, Asuna, and Cleanse. That's probably the most heartbreaking. Ulhan lost 2 magic lore, and Time Battle Mage lost 230 health. Though I don't really think that actually is going to bother Penello that much, because I'm pretty sure Bushi is going to get that health value. I don't know where it is, but I'm sure Bushi probably gets it. Yeah, it's that one there. Yeah, right there. So basically, Ashe could have benefited on both classes, and Vaan actually missed out on some really nice skills. Simply, like, Asuna and Regen alone. Like, he has no magic, so Kurga wouldn't have really been the most beneficial. But Asuna and Regen don't require magic, so they would have actually been really nice party buffs to add to his arsenal. This is another reason why Black Mage benefits well with whatchamacallit. Check, what is a race change to? Addle. Foebreaker, Archer, and Time Battle Mage. Okay, so Ashe gets none of that. Yeah, Ashe has no means of being able to strip reflect. Outside of using Dispel Motes, which I think I can end up buying. I think there's a shop later on that allows me to straight up buy Dispel Motes. I'm not too sure, though. Yeah, I have no way of stripping Dispel otherwise on my Black Mage, which is not good. That's another reason why combining with Red Mage is a good idea, because you get a few of those low-tier... Because now that just adds a potential trinket to equipped. Because like you may want to go with Sage Ring, so it halves the cost of magic use, or Rose Corsage, so you're immune to silence. Though you can solve that by equipping a Gambit that just removes silence, or like you strip silence with Echo Herb, but it does waste a Gambit slot. But now the other option is to literally just equip the Opal Ring, which allows you to bypass Reflect. Like, I got the Ruby Ring earlier, which is equipped, Reflect unequipped. I don't know where you get the Opal Ring. I'm assuming it's from a chest, so let me check the guide here. Nabradius Deadlands. Lifeless Strand. I don't actually know which map that is. But those are level 40 enemies. You also get it at Pharos' second ascent. Opal ring. I hate everything. Alright, so it can be stolen from grenade. Where do you find grenade? That's a rare game. Oh, I know where to find grenade. That's an enemy I can't fight yet, though, but it would be a lot earlier than finding it in a chest. But by the right monograph, which I could probably... I think is about time I spawn them in the shop. I can easily get them during... I can get it at Fawn Coast, which is probably the earliest I could acquire it without difficulty. It's not even a bad drop chance of that item either. The hunter one. I'm curious as to what this blade is made of that makes it so capable of destroying Nethicite.
You should try it on the Dawn Shard. See if he can destroy Nethicite or not.
What?
He just may be onto something. The Dawn Shard's no use to us, after all.
The stone bleeds mist.
It has been roused. It fears the sword. The stone is quiet.
This is the sword, the Nethicite destroyer.
Should it find its mark?
Oh, interesting.
Vaan!
That makes no sense to me.
Tell me, did you see him again?
I didn't. Not a thing. Not even my brother. Not anything.
Kind of weird that I feel like I found a loophole in the plot here. So, jumping a bit ahead on the plot here, but so we got the Sword of Kings, which was originally given to the Dynast King to cut the 3 shards, dusk, midnight, or whatever, and dawn shards off of the Suncrest, which is the source of Nethicite. Or at least this powerful source of Nethicite. Ashe is later given the Treaty Blade to do the same thing, but the very weapon that he used to do what Ashe is given the Treaty Blade to do is now the source of destruction. As the Sword of Kings destroys the Suncrest, but the Treaty Blade could cut new fragments off. But the Dynast King was given the Sword of Kings to do exactly what Ashe is given the Treaty Blade for. So I'm a little confused on that exact plot point.
Empire's debts grow legion.
There.
Smoke.
What could it mean?
I wonder if I'm gonna get even one good Esper placement in this game. In all honesty, a lot of the good builds hinge on only like a handful of the Espers anyway, so...
Ah, our vagrant princess. Swift has your lust for revenge led you to the Sword of Kings. You will surrender it to me. Too late, and to their sorrow do those who misplace their trust in gods learn their fate.
There it is again.
Fran, I don't like the look of that.
This mist. He holds a stone. It controls him as it did Miern.
No, the power of manufactured nethicite is the power of man. A weapon forged by his wisdom who would challenge the gods themselves. A fitting blade for a true dynast king. Wraithwall did but pretend the title, a cur begging nethicite scraps from his master's table. Hark! Evilise hails her true dynast king, Vain Solidor. He shall defy the will of the gods and see the reins of history back in the hands of man. His time is nigh! The new Evilise holds no place for the name Dalmasca. The stain
I feel like this had to be a joint effort between Sid and Vane, because I think Sid was what Vaan needed to get the manufactured nethicite made, but I don't think he particularly had the drive beyond that to use it. You suck. And that's where Vane came in, is Vane had the drive to change the world.
He set his very bones about with manufactured nethicite. The Grand Kiltius?
Wait, what about Larsa?
Gone, spirited away by Judge Brandt.
You okay?
So he was here. As for our young lordling, he went along. To avoid trouble, you see, but Judge Bergen had other ideas. He flew into a rage, and I was left to fend for myself. Please, Princess, you must permit me to take you back with me to Rosaria.
So that you can protect me?
I would lay down my life, at a single word to be sure, but I harbor no mundane delusions of valiant grandeur. Vane has our war pavilion jumping at shadows. They favor a preemptive strike, but you will convince them otherwise. You will see that they do not start this war.
This I cannot do. Forgive me, but my errand here is not yet done. I must wield the Sword of Kings, and with it bring an end to the Dusk Shard.
This stone, do you even know what it is?
I can venture a guess. The Draclaw Laboratory in Arcades. The Empire's weapons research begins and ends there. How soon do we leave?
At once. As for matters in Rosaria, I bid you luck.
So you would leave each to fend for his own. Let us hope that you are not disappointed. Ah, that's right. Larsa left a message. The differences between our two lands will fade before the shared dream of men. My leave, I take.
If the Ashe and Balthier interact, it leads me to these ideals. So you can kind of tell the canon pairings, such as like Penello, Vaan, Balthier, Fran.
How do you propose we
But
reach
my
Arcadius?
preferred pairings are non-canon, which is Balthier, Ashe, Fran,
Arcadius'
Vaan,
borders will be well guarded for
oddly
fear of
enough,
Rosarian
Penello,
invasion.
Larsa,
We dare not approach by air.
and then
Their navy will see
Basch.
the coast
I
as
just
much as
like
well.
Basch's role as a protector. He would stay with
Go afoot.
Larsa and
We'll cross into
Penello.
Arcadia in the Salika Wood. We can reach the wood any number of ways, but the easiest is to head north from Nalbina.
There's a hunter's camp just beyond the Salika Wood. The camp sits within Arcadia's borders, so Imperial patrols there should be sparse.
Getting that far should be half the fun. Let's be sure we go prepared.
Alright. So there won't be anything new to buy. But I will want to go to Rabbinaster. We can get some... get some new hunts started up. And I can also unlock the monographs. So this is the other mod I have active. It is literally just a time-saving mod. If I were to leave this map, it would transition back to wet or to rains. And if I leave the dry at any point in time, this just then it'll go back to rains. But this is literally because the rains and the dry cycle on hour-long time frames. One is 2 hours, one is 1 hour. And that NPC normally just tells you when the, if the change is coming soon or if it's going to take a while. That's literally all he does, because it starts based on the starting point of when you started the game. But this mod makes it so that he can kind of like toggle a temporary switch, so you can change it between rain or dry on a whim. See, it's back to rain again. But I don't care. There's a lot of hunts that I can do. This one pushes it, but like it's doable. Not with the mod up though. Like a lot of stuff that you could normally kind of push the envelope on doing. Dun 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 dun. Need to do this, I think, 30 times in total. I've lost count. I don't normally count. I just spam it and hope I get enough. This is the only one in which you can't tell whether you actually got it or not. Magic. Yeah, the hunt board 20 and 40 times. And then I need weapons, magic, and armor. You're gonna sell that, gonna sell that, gonna sell that, gonna sell that again. I actually had an entire build idea once. It was a bit cheated. Oh, well, it was totally cheated because the build is that the characters would run Wyrm Harrowblade so that they could have permanent like faith and stuff. But what they would do is they would also have permanent reflect on. And the goal was that the enemy had to That's the one I needed. Oh, got it. I'm assuming it's the mage one, right? Yep. So now you need to talk to the weapon shop owner. The armor shop owner. And then I just need to talk to any shop 100 times total. That already is 25, and that's not even counting all the previous visits. The general idea of this is that the game expects you to kind of do this on your own. But theoretically, if you were to hoard and grind and train, you'd almost never need to actually talk to a... like, you'd probably potentially unlock the Sages one, where you talk to 100 merchants. But I'm pretty sure you could probably get away with not talking to a magic vendor more than 25 times. I think it's perfectly reasonable to think that you could talk to a magic vendor maybe only a few times. Pretty much, if you always had the money on hand, you'd only need to talk to a magic vendor for every instance of a magic vendor being in the game. There's the magic one. Or no, that's the knight one. So, like, for example, well, there's 2 more left, and I can get them both here. Like, there's a magic in Rabanaster, I think in Nalbina, in Bujerba, in Arcades, and in Port Balthier, or whatever it's called. So there's 5 magic shops in the game. I'm pretty sure, if my mind is thinking correctly. So even if you were to talk to each shop twice to check the inventory and then to buy again, that's still only 10 visits. So you could theoretically miss out on this entirely. One big criticism about Final Fantasy XII that I absolutely agree with, though, is the racial degree in this game is actually very widespread. That's Scholar, right? Which is Scholar? Scholar is the armor shop one, so I still need Sage. Oh, which is right there. So there are 7 monographs, and I already bought one, so I have them all. Good to know. But yeah, there's a lot of races in this game. Mount Baromesis had probably a couple. You know, obviously there was the Jara. You know, you have the Sikhs, you have the Bangas, right? The Mughals. Like, there's such a wide, diverse race list in this game. And yet, outside of Fran, you're playing entirely as humans. Because, of course, right? I personally would have liked to see more playable characters. Like, I wouldn't have minded if Penello wasn't human. Like, they could have made Penello a non-human. Instead of trying to push this crush relationship, Penello maybe could have been a Moogle. You know, and then, you know, the Moogle, you know, Moogle that heals, you know, plays the same healing support role. Balthier, I think, Balthier and Ashe, I think I could accept as human. Simply just because of their nature. Like, Balthier is from Arcades, which is clearly like a human-first type city. And Ashe is also the princess of Dalmasca, which would probably also be human origin. Fran's obviously Vera. Vaan could have been like Bonga. I think Vaan could have been cool as Bonga or Basch for sure. All right, one sec. I'm just looking into something here. I'm honestly starting to wonder if my if there's something like, because I know YouTube's been kind of like doing a lot more restrictive stuff lately. And I'm starting to wonder if my stuff is getting like shared, or is like getting recommended less. Because I'm noticing several streams are like getting very poorly. Like my Scarlet Nexus stream from the other day has only had 6 views, when all previous ones, like the one before it was 40, one before that was 28, 48 on the first one, right? Like the 6 is such an outlier. And you know, this one, I literally have only had 2 views this stream. The last one had 15. Before that, 21, 20 on the first one. Now, granted, you know, like, but like, I'm not saying it's like I need hundreds of views. I'm just saying it's like these are massive outliers, and it just makes me worried that like my channel's not being recommended by YouTube. Right, like I don't care if a video quote underperforms to a degree, but sometimes it's like when it underperforms to that degree, it makes me wonder. It's like, did I name the title wrong or something? Am I getting am I shadow banned right now? Like, right, like I'm just that's the kind of thing that has me a bit worried. So all the monographs are unlocked. I only care about getting that one so that Fran can get access to... Do I have the opal ring? Like, can I buy it? There it is right there. Like, just for the sake of casual play, right? Like, I want to be able to hack through Reflect without having to worry about anything. There are a couple hunts here that I do want to start early on. Some, like Trickster, can go burn in hell right now. Oh my god, actually thinking I can deal with Trickster right now is like a hell in its own right. I did not need the mod to make that fight harder. That's all I'm going to say on that one, is I did not need the mod to make that fight harder. It's already hard enough as it is. It's probably one of the hardest fights for this early in the game. Alright. So I do want to do some hunts, because some of them are actually easy and doable right now. But there's some I just want to get started for the sake of the future. Because there's 3 hunts I can basically do all at once. This is one of them. when I decide to go for the Esper Zellera, there's an Esper there's a hunt you can do on the way to him, and then two hunts you can do after him because his area connects with the waterway. Basically, this hunt that I need to fight for this guy only spawns where we fought the 4 Flan beforehand. Way back at the beginning of the game. But it only spawns when you have the 3 female as active parties. So Fran, Ashe, and Penello. And then the other one I want to do, I don't know why. I was at the Sand Sea, I could have fast traveled. That's the other one. So I just want to get these started because whenever I decide to go to do the Esper, I know the Espers are all set in stone and ready to go. Or all these hunts. And then I can turn them all in when the fight begins. So I had one hunt that was in Jahara. Matter of fact, I know I just wasted it. I'm gonna waste a teleport crystal here, but let's actually go to the high waste because I can actually, because the plot is actually taking me here now. The vendor actually has upgraded gear. This is the guy that has a hunt that I can do a bit later. Like this game, the game right now really gave you a lot of like, not late game hunts, but like the boss that he wants me to fight is like level 38. It's like 10 levels higher than me. And it's doable, don't get me wrong, but do I not even have the sword license for that? Are you kidding me? What a noob am I? Does it really jump that much? Like, I can't even buy liquid steel. Where was liquid steel in shop? Guess maybe at Nalbina. There's Rocket Punch, which is obviously something I want to buy. There's Liquid Steel right there. It's a water elemental. Golden Staff is the wind one, I believe. Chaos Mace I don't care for. Oh, I bought the Loxley bow, and Giant Stone bow is better. Well, let's talk about wasting money. Yeah, Platinum Shield is another one I need to buy. And then Dragon Shield, so I have all of those. There's the winged boots that I was talking about before that are immunity to earth and wind. Does Agate actually do something, or is it legitimately just not in use? It says it gives 20 vitality and says gain MP when damaged. Probably buy 3 of those then. Got a lot of spells to buy. A lot of everything to buy. I'm now at a really annoying spot in the game too, where the game decided to just go, whoa, hey, I know you're only level 28, but how about level 40 enemies? And it just starts like really spiking up the, there's a massive level spike right here. But the thing is, it ends up fixing itself later. Like, Fawn Coast feels like a kick in the teeth at first. But then right after Fawn Coast, all the enemies' levels are back to normal. That's kind of weird to me. Okay, well, I don't have the money nor the means to do any of this right now. So the Bastard Sword is stronger than Liquid Steel. Apparently Liquid Steel is supposed to be equal to Demon's Bane in terms of power, but it's classified as a two-handed weapon. I may try to go for... I don't know if I'm going to try and go for the Anastasia, because it's only Anastasia. It's a weapon that is only exclusively earned in trial mode in this game. It was changed from the Excalibur, which is just a garbage joke weapon. Yeah, it does like 1 damage. It has like 1 attack. It's just utterly garbage. Well, the mod maker decided to be like, well, we shouldn't really have garbage weapons in this game, and replaced it entirely with a sword called Anastasia, which is an 80 power sword, and considering the strongest sword in the game, Great Trongo, is 113. It doesn't have an element, doesn't have any bonus stats or anything. But its mechanic is that while it can't combo, it has no charge time. Meaning it literally just endlessly attacks. And I don't really care to earn it in trial mode, because I don't really care about trial mode as a whole. But I would like to give it a shot. Let me see where it is. So it's stolen. It can be stolen from Gilgamesh in trial mode S. However, that's not going to be the case, because as remembered, I actually deleted the entire folder that modifies enemy information. So as such, it's actually completely unobtainable. Because if it's only gotten from stealing Gilgamesh in trial mode and stealing from Omega Mark in trial mode, but their drop rates have been reset to what they are base game, and the chest the Excalibur comes in doesn't have the Excalibur in it anymore. So the only way to get it legitimately is battle on the bridge, Gilgamesh and Enkidu. It's a hunt reward. But the hunt reward here is going to be modified because that pool wasn't changed. So what I might do is allow myself to cheat it in when I beat that mission, that hunt. The other way is I can also technically steal it from Omega Mark in trial mode, but that is trial mode 99, and that's 99 out of 100. And I am not doing that. That is so late game, it's not even worth it. Like, one thing I've not really done it, but one thing I liked about trial mode was it was a way to allow you to get the Worm Hero Blade before beating the game. Like, in the original PS2 version, to get the Worm Hero Blade, you had to complete all hunts, all marks, beat Omega Mark, and beat the fishing minigame. But by the time you did that, you had literally nothing left to do in the game. The only non-requirement was Espers. So theoretically, you could use it against Espers, but what's the point? Because the Worm Hero Blade is a holy weapon in the base game. It is a holy weapon, so you can't use it against Ultima. Most of the Espers are either going to be immune to it or half damage to it. And Zodiark, the Esper you'd think that would be weak to it because he's dark, can reset his elemental weakness on a whim after a certain point in the fight, which just completely negates the entire purpose of using Holy on Dark. So there's very little to no reason to run it. But if you could get the Worm Hero Blade prior to that, you know, why not? Yeah, so I'll just count it for there. I think this guy's up by the chief. It's this guy here, I think. Okay, let's go into the mines. I know where both of these guys are, so... Though, spawning one of them is a bit annoying. But spawning the other just kind of spawns. If I remember correctly, the Mind Flayer requires something to do with MP. I have the hunts actually open here. Mind Flayer. It will only appear if the active party has full MP. But I will say that getting that Anastasia sword is gonna probably be super broken. Like, it's a DPS thing. It may be, you know, like 33 less power than the strongest sword in the game. But the fact that, you know, that sword, you know, the strongest sword, the Great Trongo, has a 32 charge time. Now, I don't know what that I think I'm going to assume that's 32 milliseconds of charge time. And even if you were to knock off, he's Knight and Machinist, right? So he gets the full 30% off, right? So you're basically knocking off 11 seconds or 11 milliseconds. So he's down to, you know, give or take, you know, 21. That still does not compete with the Anastasia's speed. Anastasia would be is like literally the fastest weapon in the game. It would outbeat any dagger. And the thing is, the daggers got nerfed too, because the Mina used to be the strongest in the game, but the mod resets it so all daggers have the exact same attack speed at 21. And they're not even that much faster anymore. Like, daggers may be at 21. They're the strongest axe in the game matches the speed of daggers, which is actually a shame, a shaming thing. It's, yeah, it has 118 power here, while the strongest dagger is 104, but it has a 25% chance to inflict disease, which is not bad because it means the enemy can't heal. Right? And that's only one charge point faster than the ninja swords, which have way higher combo ratings. Well, not by much. The Shikari Nagasa actually has a higher combo rating than most of the ninja swords. I still find it disgusting that the Knuckles have a 14 combo rating. It's literally one of the lowest in the game. Oh, I didn't... The golden staff is not the staff I thought it was. You get the Judicer staff. Well... Arcades, okay. There he is. Dead. But I'm not too worried anyways, because that mark, that the Gilgamesh mark that I'd need to beat to allow myself access to that weapon is literally, it's like a level 70 quest. It won't be anytime soon. There's 2 stages to that whole thing. Did I stand around for so long that those guys respawned? Because I did not go 3 maps out. So he spawns in here, but I just need to get everyone back to 100% MP. But I'm going to take advantage of this moment and try and use it to get rid of the ads. One sec. I always get confused whether there's certain items in here or not. Alright, I'm just gonna set a temp gambit here on Fran. Ally, any... until everyone's topped up. I have to turn this gambit off now. Otherwise, obviously, I'll have no ethers left. I'm just running through here until the dude spawns. Do I have to enter the map at full HP, maybe? Or full MP? Oh, that's fun. I hate you. Hey Mario, hey Crack. Hello both of you. Oh yeah, that's fun. He just completely hit me with party stuff. Can you stop with that? Screw this. Where's the one that blocks? Stop. That one. How are both of you doing today? You're tired from school? Yeah, I myself am a bit tired too. This guy is being really annoying. Thankfully, I close tomorrow, so I get to sleep in a little bit. Can we kill him, please? This healing loop is getting very annoying. Finally. But then while I may be off Wednesday, I still have to get up early because I got a dentist appointment. So technically speaking, I get to sleep in for 30 minutes on Wednesday because I normally wake up for 7 for work, but I have to wake up for 7:30 because of the dentist appointment. Yeah. If I can get the day off for a dentist appointment, I normally do. But generally, I just care about not closing. That's generally my thing. Or not closing. Like, I generally care about getting or having morning appointments. Because then if I can get the day off... I have the entire afternoon to do stuff, which is when I stream. Because I am playing Scarlet Nexus on Wednesday. Getting back into that. I need to head to Jara. Oh man, that was a very painful fight. He's playing the invert game, and that was really annoying. Several of them do, yes. I work in retail though, so my hours are very like, it's very accommodating to this, which is why I generally try to stream 6 days a week. The only day I don't tend to stream is the day I close. But I did take yesterday off just to like clean my room and stuff. So the golden staff doesn't provide me with any factual bonus here, right? No. The only bonus it has is that it has a 15% chance to combo. I'm going to sell that. It's garbage to me. Yeah, well, if I knew I wanted to stream early on. So my computer was actually pretty... A lot of the parts in it were like from 2013. So in 2020, in spring 21, I upgraded. I just upgraded everything but the power supply because that was still relatively new. Straight up just fully upgraded. New motherboard, new hard drive, new new RAM, CPU, everything just went full. It cost me like $4,000 to do, and a quarter of that was just the graphics card because obviously it was like upselled and the price spiked on it because crypto miners are assholes. I'm in a lot of cases I'm a go big or go home kind of guy, so generally it's like I don't half-ass things when I'm committed. I go full in. Right? So if I'm upgrading my computer, I'm just going straight from square one up. Right? And yeah. I'm happy though. Don't stress yourself too much about a gaming chair. I've gone through 3 of them. I don't get high quality ones, mind you, but I don't even think I'm going to go for a gaming chair next time because, like, I just don't like the posture these chairs kind of force upon me. Like, the pillows are awkward and stuff, and I might just go for, like, a comfy mesh chair. Like, I'm not saying gaming chairs are bad, but, like, for me, they're not great for me. Like, I'm a tall person, and a lot of gaming chairs generally don't fit for me. Like, I'm 6 feet, so... Like, I have to adjust the neck pillow every time I want to put my neck back. Put my head back. Alright. Next should be Erupt Village. This one could be potentially risky to do, this hunt. Because the enemies are going to be in like the 30s, but I could probably try and push it if I take it slow. Yeah, I think it depends on the brand too. Like I will truly believe that like a company like DX Racer puts quality into their brand, right? Like I don't get that. I don't go for the $400 chairs. My chairs are generally cheaper than $200. Because I know I go through them a lot because I know I don't sit in them properly. That's my primary thing. All right. But this is where... Oh, God. Okay. This is where things might get a bit risky. So, the Vorpal Bunny should spawn in the middle. There it is. Following it right now is moot and pointless because... if it drags me into other enemies, I'm screwed. I need to focus on taking out the other enemies first. It's a very small area of map, so... Ooh, Penello hit 29. What are you channeling? Alright, we will pop Balthier. How many games do you still need? Are you talking to me? Oh, Fortnite or Roblox? Roblox? No, I don't play either. Roblox has never really interested me, and I have an aversion to online multiplayer shooter type games. Like, Battle Royales, like, more or less, definitely didn't interest me and stuff. So, what do you mean, how many games do I still need to complete? Like, that's a very vague question. Because, like, I plan to stream, like, if I plan to stream a lot, so I plan to, like, continue playing games. Like, when I beat a game, I go to another game. And games will keep coming out, so... There aren't really games I need to complete. I don't really, like, I don't fully have a list or anything. I just kind of look at my Steam library and play. Or my gaming shelf, or... You know, like, I got a lot of games on my person right now. Like, I don't actually need to, Why are there dark skeletons now? Like, I don't like anything to do with this. And I don't like how they're spawning in rates that make it really annoying for Balthier to actually handle this, because he's set to steal from full health enemies. Okay, disable the stealing gambit, or I'm never getting out of this. Oh, great. Speaking of disable... First game I've played, like, for stream or personally? Because I don't, if it's personal, I don't know if I can remember that far back. How do I need to this? If it's stream, if it's on stream, it was crosscode. I don't know. Like, there's a lot of things I want to do, and the random lock idea, Mario, has spawned a lot of new ideas for even old games. Like, I had a challenge run I wanted to redo in Amalur, because the last one was still a bit too easy. But I want to apply a random lock to it, where I don't even get to pick my build. So I get to see where that goes. You know, there's Pokemon XG, which I really want to try a mod of Pokemon XD. You know, I want to play the Golden Sun games. I have them both on Wii U, so I would like to play those. I plan to do Pokemon Platinum random lock after this. I plan to do Final Fantasy VII Remake after... Or no, Pokemon Platinum random lock is after Borderlands 3. After Final Fantasy 12 is the Final Fantasy VII Remake, as I've never played any of the Final Fantasy VII games. After Scarlet Nexus, I had an idea for a game after that, but it slipped my mind. I don't know if I was going to do Golden Sun or not. Okay, let me take a quick glance at my Steam list. Oh, I was thinking of maybe doing like a strategy-based game. Like maybe XCOM or what was the game I just got on Epic? Epic had a free game today that I know the version I got on Epic is a different version of the one I own on Steam. What was it? I think it's down in S. Oh, there it is. Shadow Tactics. There's Shadow Tactics, Blades of the Shogun, and then Shadow Tactics, Blades of the Shogun, Akio's Choice, which was the free one today, a standalone expansion. So I could play Shadow Tactics. I might give that one a try, actually. My opinion of Andrew Tate, I don't really have an opinion of him. I actually, right now have to look up who that is. Yeah, I have really no idea who this guy is. It says he's a boxer, businessman, social media personality, but that doesn't I don't really follow him on any of those spheres. The names sound familiar though, but I have no idea who he is. Alright, see you next stream, Crack. Thanks for dropping by. I appreciate it. I think I'm going to equip the Argyle Amulet to you. And I can't equip Giant's Gloves. Oh, you got arrested for human trafficking? You don't know what human trafficking is? It's basically selling people. It's selling the ownership of people to other people. Okay. Vaan needed to be out for that one. Licenses. Who gets revived? Ulhan Knight with an Esper, Monk, Archer, and Shikari. So 2 of them are not on the field. As a matter of fact, 2 of them are currently dead. The other one, Vaan, needs access through Esper. Oh no, it's down here. Still can't buy it, but I can buy this at the very least. But Balthier should be able to get it. Probably somewhere, because he's both Ulhan and Monk, so... Is that it? Yep. Oh, I can't use it in reserve. Why are they all listed as weak to dark? What do they have equipped that makes them weak to dark? Oh, demon mail. That's right. They're weak to it, but they absorb it. I don't know where the Vorpal bunny went. You know, it's so great when they disable you. I really want these skeletons to fuck off. There's the bunny. But I'm like super nervous to fight it because I'm gonna get swamped by fucking skeletons. I literally just need to end up exhausting the spawn of them on this map. That is literally all I can do. I'm not completely complaining though, because these guys do drop mats that are... Oh my god, they've disabled 2 party members! Can I get Penello immunity to disable, please? And then a remedy lore so she can fucking cure it. Or at least deal with this bullshit. Where's Giant's Glove? There goes Vaan. The real idiotic move of these guys is that they attack with dark. I think that's the only real saving grace I have to not just getting the shit kicked out of me right now. I'm not complaining about this because, like I said, those sturdy bones sell for a lot. I think they sell for like 400 each. Yeah, so I really need to like change the team around now because everyone's just kind of getting over leveled here. When do they stop spawning? Oh my god! I came here to beat the crap out of a rabbit. Not fight Hades' army. Oh my god. Die. I don't care if it broke the 61 chain I had. I didn't come here to fight the undead. Get the fuck out of here. I knew I was gonna have to fight like all the coral and the hellhounds and stuff. That was inevitable. That was a great way to mass level, though. Everyone got to, like... The other three got to level 30 really quick. Oh, and I got a better outfit there. Ashe can even wear it. So that got me a decent amount of money to be able to afford some stuff at the high waist. Right. There we go. So I got lightning arrows now. Also got a new accessory. I think. Billy boots, yeah. Immune to oil and disease. So I think there's one more hunt that's feasible for me to do. And I'm going to start 2 hunts, even though the other one's absolutely not feasible to do. This is the Feral Retriever. This one's Trickster. Oh god, do I hate Trickster. Probably my least favorite hunt in the entire game. And I am saving it until I can kick his teeth in. Probably going to end the stream soon too, by the way. I'm glad I did buy the rocket punch though, because for the time being, Basch doesn't need any means of attacking the enemy. Rocket Punch is actually something I keep with Basch. I don't know if I'll need it for him now, but for certain circumstances, because it can attack flying enemies, I generally like to hang on to it. Generally the combination of Foebreaker is also I generally like to try to combine Foebreaker sometimes with more item based. Yeah, I generally combine I try to combine Foebreaker sometimes with Archer because both Bow and Knuckles use speed as a formula. Dead. And it gives a lot of item licenses to Foebreaker. One of the big problems, though, is the three biggest technique classes in the game are Foebreaker, Archer, and Machinist. So you actually strip a lot of the technique usage from your team. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing in the base game, because techniques are garbage. But with the mod enhancing techniques, it's actually very important. I'll go down here. I'm actually considering switching to gun for a little bit. I do need the license for it, though. I don't think I have anything else I need to upgrade. I desperately need to upgrade 2 characters' magic equipment. This is also putting me in a position where I kind of want to bump these ahead here. Basch is 100, right? Yes, he is. Penello. This. I'm literally going to skip that anyways, because I only give her the chest pieces, and Mirror Mail is not a chest piece I want her to have. Hey, another spam text. Yeah, I need to get that as soon as possible, because I think that's the armor I can buy right now. Let's jump the gun a little bit here. Yep, that's the armor that's right here, right now. I am a dum-dum. That's... those, sell those. Did I only buy one of these? Oh yeah, I bought two, but Penello can't equip it, and Ashe doesn't need it. Yeah. So I still need to buy one more of each of these, and then I need 3 of these, and 3 of these, and that basically bankrupts me. Then I need 3 of these, which I can't afford. Then I want 3 of these just in case. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. I need to restock on high potions because I burned through them dealing with that shit. These 2 I need to get. And I got spells, and then I got... that's it. Now there's some grinding to do when I begin the following stream. Alright. Yeah, so I'm gonna call it here. Tomorrow I am off because I have to, I close at my job. And then I will be back Wednesday with some Scarlet Nexus once again. And then I believe Thursday. Thursday's Genshin, Friday is more random lock, and Saturday will be Friday is more Final Fantasy random lock, and Saturday will be Borderlands 3 random lock. And then that'll wrap up the week. Yeah, I'm actually kind of like, the random lock's a wee bit annoying in this, and it's actually making me really want to strive to create a routine that I can't use in this playthrough. I'm not respecing anything. But yeah. So with that said, I'm gonna call it here. My name is Daimien Kamiya. I am the Omni King. If you friend, foe, or member of the Omni Council, I'm gonna see you later. Goodbye, everyone.